For a lot of writers, distractions are the enemy. And I think Bloomington has the perfect mix of setting and comfort and inspiration. It's writing boot camp. To come to the conference means to be busy. It means to engage on all levels. From the moment you wake up until the moment you drag yourself back to your room, it's filled with good conversation, good instruction, and real commitment.
I don't know one person who says like, oh, I write every day all the time. I'm really happy with the amount that I write, because no one does. Because it's terrifying to write something and to create something that you think, somebody might not like. I started writing this short story months ago. I got the idea. And then when I finally found out I had the opportunity to attend the workshop, over the course of a few months, I probably had 6 pages. And then over the course of 2 weeks, I cranked out like 18 more.
We see what the world does to art, and we see what our daily lives do to our art. It's a grind, and there's never enough time. It's such a gift to be able to leave your life for a short time and focus in on that work that demands this kind of attention.
And I tell my students all the time, writing ends up being this act of faith. I've learned that from my professor, where she said you have to have a complete belief in what you're doing and the world that you're creating in order for it to become fully realized. You end up learning from so many people. I might be the person who's facilitating the workshop, but I don't see myself as the person who knows more in the room. That's why workshops are so wonderful. You get this room of 12 people, you get this room of 12 opinions, 12 different ways of looking at something, and how can that not be helpful?
I have definitely seen people in the workshops setting visibly thrilled right away with the feedback they get. And part of the way I structure a workshop is that after we speak at length about a student's piece, I ask that student if there's anything they did not get from us that they wanted. And I do find that generally people get exactly what they want, and sometimes it amazes them. The whole workshop experience casts a light on something that we were discussing in my workshop yesterday, is that it's something you do alone. In the end, you may be a party animal, you may be highly social, but the work itself is, if not lonely work, it is private work, and it's alone work. And yet I think many, if not most, fiction writers and poets like to emerge from that cave and come together with other writers and talk shop, compare notes. I appreciate the coming together that can contribute a great deal and really energize you when you have to go back to being all alone with your computer or your legal pad or your cocktail napkins or whatever it is you compose on. So it's this push me, pull you, and this is a very rarefied experience.
Coming to these conferences means making friends with other writers. It means making friends with teachers. I see people making breakthroughs all the time. When we have the conference participant readings, it's the best night of the week. The looks on instructors' faces when their own students are reading, and I do see the support, that is so obvious from people in their workshop.
Last night, when I was doing my reading, I mentioned that it was one of the few times that I've read to a room full of writers. And I meant that. I think sometimes, at situations like this, people have a sense that there is a divide. Oh, you're a published writer. I'm still trying to publish, so therefore you know more than I do. I don't think that's the case. And I've told that to my grad students. I said, once we enter this room, we're all in the same space because we all start with a blank page.